Hi, my troublesomes, it's Miracle, and welcome back to Mind of a Miracle. I'm so happy you guys decided to join me today, and honey, we are doing what we do best, and that is minding other people's business. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a little comfort pillow, go ahead and pour yourself a little drinky drink, because honey, I got the hot cocoa for you. So first and foremost, before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to 3 people. One is my cousin Tajay for acting a hot blazing mess. He apparently is starting a YouTube channel, so I'm gonna link his Instagram down below for whenever he is starting. He didn't think I was gonna do this, so here we are. We are also going to give a special shout out to Joel. If you guys do not know Joel is consistently here within my videos supporting me. He is part of a Sneakies family. If you guys don't know what a Sneakies is, don't worry about it. It's none of your business. Anyway, the people who know, they know. And special shout out to Cringe Monster, has given me this nice, or she's made for me this nice Marceline plush. She actually has an Etsy account. I bought this from her, but I am so pleased with the results and how cute. And then this is the nice little mug that Joelle sent to me. It is so nice, and I feel like it represents me very, very well. Oh my goodness, how could I forget? It's actually more than 3 people. I want to give a special shout out to the group of Sneakies. If you guys know who you are, you know, and xylie especially for making me that wonderful video. I'm going to link xylie's video in the description box down below so you guys can go check out that video and understand why I'm so grateful. They had a thug crying. They had a thug out here emotional. Thugs don't get emotional, okay? So let me just tell you, I was not pleased with the crying and the boohoo and the snot nose and my eyes were peeing. I didn't like that. This week's drama is a little bit spicy, to be honest with you. I had a tough time deciding on what I was going to talk to you guys about. And the first one I wanted to talk about is drama channels receiving PR packages from big beauty brands. Now, here's the inside scoop, sweets. If you guys were unaware, there has always been a question on whether or not it was okay for drama channels to be receiving PR packages, especially from beauty brands. This debate ended up coming alive once again after Peter Monn uploaded a video titled, "Should Drama Channels Receive PR?" The alleged reason why Peter Monn had decided to go about making this video to engage with his audience was just that, to engage with his audience.
Okay, today we're going to talk about a topic that I have to say, going into this video, I'm a little nervous making, and let me explain why. I'm going to talk about the fact of whether or not we think it is appropriate for drama channels, and by we, I mean the audience out there that watches all of our videos. Do you guys think it's appropriate that drama channels receive PR? I was scrolling through the Beauty Guru chatter Reddit, and it was a topic that came up, and I was reading the comments, and I thought, you know, this is kind of interesting. So I would like to talk about this. I'm going to talk about kind of my history as a drama channel, and I also want to talk about my feelings towards my personal receiving of PR. And then I also want to say that going into this, I am not speaking about any specific drama channels. I'm really not talking about thinking about this at all, other than how I have responded to this. And it really, I kind of want to know what you guys think. I'm really making this video for you because I want to know what you think in the comment sections below. And I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of you out there that are like, I really don't care if you receive PR or not. I really do. But then I think there's going to be other people out there that are like, yeah, I really think it skews your perception.
It seems that Peter Monn had a lot of foresight in reference to talking about this topic, which is why he ended up saying and prefacing the video with the words that, hey, this is about me. I'm talking solely about myself. Unfortunately, it didn't seem to get that far. We actually have word from a couple of other drama channels that weren't too pleased with his decision to make this video. The first displeased tweet comes from Dustin Dailey, and these are the words that Dustin had to share. Complains about PR but uses a fan sent to him in PR from Anastasia Beverly Hills. That's interesting. Nick Snider chimes in to say, people trying to make a big deal about drama channels receiving PR is a topic that has been discussed in more than one video from certain creators. Shut up. If someone wants to send it, they send it. If not, majority of drama channels buy the items themselves. I'm going to try my best to piece together these tweets in the way that they appeared. Please excuse me if I am incorrect because a lot of this had to do with subtweeting, but based off of what I was able to deduce from the details listed inside of these tweets, I was able to, make an inference as far as who I think was being referred to what? And here it is. Well, before Nick Snider ends up issuing his first tweet, Ashlye Kyle first retweets and shares Peter Monn's video, and she says, "I realize I just got PR from Jeffree, but I do still believe that this is an important topic for discussion." In response to the topic of that video, Nick Snider ends up tweeting out, "It's funny though how the topic of should drama channels receive PR always comes up by people when they don't receive the PR anymore." Shortly after, Dustin Dailey takes the time to educate the world on the definition of virtue signaling, which says the action or practice of publicly expressing opinions or sentiments intended to demonstrate one's good character or the moral correctness of one's position on a particular issue. Nick Snider seems to subtweet Ashlye Kyle by saying, "One channel makes 2 videos opening their Jeffree Star PR for the views, then promotes a video of someone talking about drama channels receiving PR and how it can ruin their credibility. In that person's video, they are using a fan that was sent to them in PR. Make it make sense." Peter Monn, just as confused as always, says, "Where in my video did I complain about drama channels getting PR? I said I didn't want it because it skewed my honesty, but others should do what they want. I read a Reddit thread and asked for opinions, which are greatly mixed, and led to a great discussion in my comments." Ever curious, Ashlye Kyle actually decides to put up a poll on her Twitter to see how the viewers actually feel about drama channels receiving PR. Shout out to Dustin Dailey for ending this subtweeting by retweeting what Peter Monn said and then responding, and he ended up replying, "No, what you did was continue a conversation that you've already had previously, that you knew would perpetuate a negative conversation all while virtue signaling. That's what you did." Honestly, why can't drama channels stop commenting on what other drama channels do? It's always the channels that want to be left alone that start it. Fed up, Peter Monn decides to respond to the shade thrown by both Dustin and Nick by saying, "Since my ABH fan is such an issue for people, which I received before I said I didn't want any more PR, I'll be giving it away. Who wants it? P.S. I received 1 in PR and 6 from subscribers. Man, I just read a Reddit thread. Take your concerns there. Just opened the convo." Dustin, I ain't playing with your ass daily, ends up responding by saying, "Listen up. If you have the nerve to speak on a group of people in a community of which you are a part of, be prepared to have those same people speak back. I don't know what world people live in thinking that if someone speaks on you that you can't speak back. I use my platform." Taking the time to address the concerns of supporters, Ashlye ends up tweeting out, "My only thing is PR or no PR. Y'all know I try to buy as much as I can of launches to tell you all my thoughts, and will still do that regardless. I love makeup, I will always buy it." That high note didn't last too long because once Ashlye ended up realizing that her drama channel colleagues ended up shading her, she responded by saying, "Now I'm being shamed for using PR the way it was meant to be used. Using it, showing it off, giving opinions, make that make sense. My bad. Also, this is not about any of you or your thoughts and opinions. I respect those," she addresses fans. Excuse my language in the next tweet. Dustin Dailey ends up saying, "You got the wrong bitch. If you think I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about something I'm passionate about, go find you some cookie cutter ass YouTubers to follow or something." Peter Monn ends up clarifying that he's not giving away the PR friend to feed into the negativity, but he's trying to stay open to criticism, and if it's an issue with his fans and subscribers, he has to let it go, to which Ashlye Kyle ends up sharing her sorrow for him. Ashlye Kyle also followed up by saying, "I've officially requested to be removed from Tati and Jeffree's PR, not because I'm against drama channels receiving it, don't get it twisted, but because I don't care either way. Like I've always saw both sides of the argument. Since I don't wear makeup much, it's not that important to me. I will forever be grateful to both of them and thankful for what they have sent. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I will continue to buy their new launches and get what I know I will use and buy stuff for you all, which I plan to do tomorrow. Be ready," to which Jeffree Star ends up responding himself by saying, "Request denied. I'm sending it for the next 20 years. And then she says, "I love you, Jeffree."
Also, while we're discussing PR, I would really like to address my unboxing of Jeffree Star's PR that I did the other day. I know there are some very strong opinions on whether or not drama channels should be receiving PR, and Peter Monn did an incredible video tonight, again, opening up that discussion. Now, when I asked you guys to take my poll on my video on whether or not you thought that drama channels should receive PR, the majority of you said no. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I hear you, and I do know that it bothers some of you. I'm still going to to try to get as many of these products as I can and review them for you. I'm also going to try to get them to do giveaways with. I'm still going to buy the makeup is my point. And if getting it in PR is such a huge issue, it's just not worth it for me. I would rather buy the products that I know for a fact I'm going to use and let another person who is amazingly talented take my spot instead.
As it stands right now, we do not hear any further word as far as what these individuals are thinking or feeling, but we're just going to leave it up in the air and say that it will sort itself out whenever it does. So honey, opinion time. Okay, so we're into the nitty gritty of things. As far as how I feel about drama channels receiving PR, well, let's first talk about the individuals. Now, it's no secret that Dustin Dailey, Nick Snider, and Ashlye Kyle and Peter Monn are not on the best of terms. In fact, it's kind of split up, if you would. Yoda, what's up? What's good? That being said, such a conversation would essentially turn some heads and cause some fingers to start rolling over their keyboards to be able to discuss this situation. I don't know, guys. I feel like Peter Monn has some stuff about him, okay? So while he may have stimulated a very good conversation, and while his conversation was meant solely for himself and for his discussion, I will say that, honey, this is going to cause some issues, because when somebody becomes so vocal like this, unfortunately, people are not able to look at people from an individual basis, and that's not really the fault of the individual partaking of spreading said information, but it also goes to show you that society, unfortunately, is going to do what they're going to do. As my dear friend would say, shout out to Chelsea, intention does not outweigh or supersede impact. So that being said, regardless of what Peter was trying to do and talking about himself and his own business, unfortunately, the impact was quite heavy and it stimulated a lot of waves. When we talk about Ashlye Kyle specifically in reference to what I assumed is Nick's response to her, she ended up receiving Jeffree Star PR kit. I don't really think that she needed to turn away from receiving PR. Baby girl did what she needed to do. It's honorable, but do I think that that should represent everybody? No. And I feel like Ashlye Kyle has mentioned before is why she had a difficult time making certain reviews and such when referencing Jeffree Star. Says that because Jeffree Star was so nice to her, because she has developed some sort of camaraderie with him, she had a difficult time making negative statements about his goods, and in so doing, she found herself unable to speak on him, period. Once you end up developing some sort of companionship with the company, some people have a difficult time being able to talk negatively about a product because they feel like it may damage the relationship they have with that company. I think everyone has to do a personal assessment whether or not they will be able to give an unbiased review of a product. And some people put money above anything else, but that could also be said about the makeup artist who received said PR goods. Now, I'm not going to just directly say that, oh, drama channels shouldn't review any sort of makeup. You have to understand from a business perspective. From a business perspective, it just so happens that all of these drama channels are speaking about the beauty community. So that being said, if majority of their target audience is within the beauty community, they're going to send things to wherever their products can be shown. I feel like businesses should be able to send PR to whoever they see fit. You guys should be able to determine for yourself whether or not you are going to be able to trust a drama channel or a beauty influencer or a guru or whatever. You, as the consumer, have to be able to take the responsibility for yourself to be able to determine whether or not, one, you trust the individual giving you that information, and two, whether or not you want to buy the product anyway. I think the biggest thing is to be able to exercise self-control and be able to take ownership of what you decide is best for yourself. It's up to you to be able to find a content creator that's actually going to give you their real solid opinions on stuff. My own personal thing is, if I were in that position, which I'm not, so you can really take, my word for it, I don't see the merit in deceiving the people who are supporting me. As far as how I feel about Dustin and Nick responding to Ashlye Kyle, listen, that's their beef. Like, I can understand why they decided to say something, because when you're passionate about something and that's going to potentially set the precedent for how other people determine who they're going to send PR to in the future, I can understand that. Like, yo, I understand what you're trying to do for yourself, but you're potentially damaging opportunities for me in the process because you want to be the shining example. On top of that, it also seems that a lot of their fans are kind of, you know, revolting on them and saying like, hey, like, why don't you talk about makeup more often? And it calls the question, like, you don't know what these individuals do with their private life. So I'm not defending or bashing either of them. Because again, it's none of my business. So my loves, this is all I have for you for today. Let me know what you feel. How do you feel about drama channels receiving PR? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think that drama channels should just not get anything? Do you think that Nick Snider and Dustin Dailey ended up overreacting to the situation in reference to Ashlye, Kyle, and Peter Monn? And guys, if you have a lot to say, make sure you take the time to write it out. Guys, I actually love when people write novels, because I can really see your thoughts on something, and I feel like you can actually educate someone on how you feel as well. So take the time to do that if that is your vibe. If you are scared of overexhausting yourself, listen, go ahead and do it, because I'm going to take the time to read it. I really love you guys so much, and until next time, my troublesomes, I love you. Okay, bye.